India USA 2020-2021. Please welcome Khushi Patel. Thank you, Khushi, for joining us. Your host for this evening, and I have this wonderful gentleman right next to me. He will be my co-MC, Mr. Rajesh Patel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jai Hind. Thank you so much for being here. And sorry we are starting a little late, but we're sure that we'll have a real gala time with you guys. So over to you, brother.
So as we all know that today is a very special celebration. We all know the purpose that we are here. We are celebrating 75th India Independence Day. Big round of applause. And as we all know that the theme for this year is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
And those of you who do not know Hindi, Azadi is independence, freedom. Amrit is the nectar, the sweet nectar. And Mahotsav is grand celebration. So for sure, this is the grand celebration of India's Independence Day, 75th India's Independence Day. So thank you all for joining us. And before we start the program, thank you to all our sponsors. And I hope you guys will enjoy the evening today. And Jesh, I think we should get the program started.
Absolutely. So before we start this program, I want to invite our dignitaries, VIP guests, our trustees, our executive committee members, and everyone to light a lamp first, right? And you know that why are we here today? FIA. So FIA is the oldest association of Chicago. It was founded in 1980. 1980 में ये बना था, and it's an umbrella organization under which there are more than 50 organizations, right? And this organization is doing program year after year for so many years. It was unfortunate that we could not do it for a couple of years, right, due to COVID pandemic. But after that, now, in a very short span of time, if I have to say that, in the month of June, we decided to do it, and July, August. In 2 months of time, a great leader, president, new president, and his president being for FI for 2 years consecutive. That is also once in the history so far. Our president continued for second year as well. And under his leadership, we were able to organize and we were able to do it really nice in this program. And I expect each one of you to be a part of our parade as well on the 15th August. So, can I have all our trustees? And if you want me to name you, each one of you, I can name you all. And whoever is available right now here, who have already reached here, they can come over to the stage.
All the trustees, all the executive board members, can we have you guys on the stage for lamp lighting, please? Iftikhar Sharif ji.
Nani, aapne bol diya, sir. So, Iftikhar Sharif ji, please welcome on stage. Babu Bhai Patel, Naranjan Bhai Shah, Dr. Bharat Barai, Kanti Bhai S. Patel, I think he's not here, but still is welcome. We must remember each one of our team members. Anil Pillai, Prahlad Bhai Patil, Sohan Joshi, Harish Bhatt, Hetul Patel, Satish Gabawala, Hinaven Trivedi, Kirti Raurari, Minaz Akhtar, Kanti Patel, Sher Rajput. I just need to silence my phone.
And let's not forget the president, the man of the evening, Mr. Raj Patel, the president of FIA. Is Raj here?
Yeah, I wanted to name some directors as well. If one of them or whoever is available, please welcome on stage. Mahatbhai Patel, Surikant Patel, Balwinder Singh, Kalpesh Joshi, Lalbhai Patel, Vijay Patel, Mohan Chaudhary, Shri Rajput again, Devendra Patel, Dr. Hemant Patel, John Trivedi ji, Vijay Ranjan, Hanumant Reddy, Chandresh Bhai, Narendra Patel.
Is Raj here?
And our executive committee members, Hemant Patel, Satish Nair, Amar Upadhyay, Tribhuvan Gaur, Indrani Madal, तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Thank you so much. विनोद पटेल, सूर्या दत्ता, जयेश पटेल, सनी जी आपका नाम मैंने पहले ही ले लिया था पर एक पाँव दूसरा पाँव. You are on the stage. Great. And I wanted to invite some of our sponsors. Aptika Sarich is already on stage. Santosh ji and Aptika Sarich, Banquet chair for the day. Viral Patel.
Is Viral Patel here with us?
Yeah, he's very much here. Where is he?
I think he's hanging out with Raj Patel ji. He's also missing.
Raj Patel. He's everywhere.
Raj Patel is outside.
All right.
Too busy making the arrangements.
All right. He's a very busy person. He keeps busy too. You know, he's one of us.
Forgot the guest of honor, Mayor Jaisal Patel.
Yeah, that's what. I was just wondering name here. Jaisal, please come. I cannot forget you, man. Come. Thank you so much, Sunny ji. If I am missing anyone, Dr. Mahmood Kapadia. No, he is here. Please come on. All right, I heard that Haribhai Patel is also here. So can we have you on stage, please?
Mr. Nimish Jani.
Nimish Jani. Nimish bhai.
And what a great timing. We have our chief guest, Mr. Amit Kumar, Consul General, Chicago, here with us with his wife, Surabhi Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Consul General, Chicago. Amit, please join us on stage for lamp lighting. What a timing. Surabhi, please come and join us.
Amit Kumar is already here, guys. Please join us. Nirav Patel from BHP President. Nirav bhai. Come here. Yeah, Kushi. Please come over. Kushi is also a chief guest.
Mr. P.K. Mishra, would you join us for the lamp lighting, please? Thank you. Shweta Bed, all the women. Thank you for making us so proud, Shweta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shweta Bed. She is the honorable woman from the city of Aurora. From IDPH.
Let's honor.
Please join us on the stage. Thank you.
Let's honor our retired general, our majors. We have three majors here, so let us honor them.
So I would request Major Satish Sharma, Major Dr. Rakesh Astana, and Major Jaspreet Singh Sehgal. Please welcome on stage.
Mr. Nag Jaiswal, if you can hear me, please join us on the stage.
That's the main photo.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That glass is for that one. So, be careful.
All right. Let me invite the president of FIA Chicago, 2020-2021, Mr. Raj Patel on stage so that he can come and address you all. Let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Raj Patel. He is a mechanical engineer, holds a degree in Bachelor of Engineering in mechanical field. He's a successful realtor since 2010. He's a businessman. He's been living in Hoffman City with his wife Pinakini, his elder daughter Dr. Kamal Patel, and younger son. Son is in Midwestern Medical College, third year, and he joined FIA in 2014. And he is, as you all know, he is the current president, working day and night and doing a lot of community service. I have seen that as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Raj Patel.
Just a little correction, he is blessed with the two kids. One is a daughter, one is a son. The daughter has already been doctor, she is Komal Patel. And the son is studying for a medical, he is Yes Patel. Raj bhai, welcome please.
Welcome all. Ladies and gentlemen, happy 75th Independence Day. I am Raj Patel, President of FIA Chicago 1980. It's given me immense pleasure in welcoming you all FIA Annual Independence Days. As we celebrate India independence, we all must recall the sacrifice of Indian national leaders and the freedom fighter whose endless struggle British to quit India. We must not forget that it is our Indian upbringing, our Indian value system and our Indian education system that has made all NRIs successful here in the United States. Today we stand all not only as individuals but also emerge as strong as organizational level. You all today host FIA is a shining example of NRI success. For last many decades, the FIA has been protective umbrella for hundreds of Indian organizations, be it is religious, culture, political, commercial, social or resource centers. The FIA has mirrored and reflect the activity of community organizations. The FIA has also been support and resource center to Indian community, especially it comes to immigration and mediation with difficulty in council. It needs an emphatic mention that all this year the FIA has proved itself again and again. Such has been brilliance of FIA, many evil and I individuals have tried to grab it times and again. They all fail and we hit back. I would like to extend a very special thanks to FIA trustees who have been very protective of FIA and have guarded it against the nefarious attempts for many individuals to steal the name of the control. As of today, we have a member organization for all Indian religions and ethnicities. Due representation has always been given to women and youth. And the rest assured, it will continue to be in all times to come. FIA will continue to fight for all Indian social political identity. And that is my assurance to you all. Before we begin to enjoy this evening, today I along with my executive committee extend a deep condolence to the demise of FIA trustee late Sri Sitaram Patel. All the FIA trustees join me and my executive committee in extending FIA official condolence to late Sitaram Patel's wife Savita Ben Patel, who is gracing the banquet with her presence. Before I conclude, my very special thanks to my executive committee, sponsors, volunteers, supporters and partner of making FIA 2021 India's 75th Independence Day celebration successfully. Especially welcome and thanks to Mr. Kanti and Patel for his wholehearted participation to make current celebration possible. I must not forget Lion Hina Trivedi for her support to FIA. Last but not least, another extremely special and loving thanks to my very dear wife, Ms. Pinakini Patel, and my children for bearing with my wife. I have been away making arrangement for this Indian Independence Day. carnival. Jai Hind.
Welcome to all. Great speech, Raj bhai. And what a way to save a divorce at the end. Lovely speech. Thank you so much, Raj bhai.
As you all know that we have a very special guest amongst us, Consul General of India, Mr. Amit Kumar. And thank you, sir, for joining us. Mr. Amit Kumar, Consul General, India, Chicago. Please give him a big round of applause.
Big round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prachi, for those kind words. We just had a very wonderful presentation about India's achievements, both historically and in contemporary world. I'll just add that it's very important to be aware of your history. Equally, it is very important to be not head hostess to your history. You need to assess yourself, take necessary steps in a journey forward. Let me also say that it gives me immense pleasure to be among so many friends here, and I thank the Federation of Indian Associations for the celebration of Amrit Mahotsav on the occasion of forthcoming 75th Independence Day. I would like to extend my warm greetings and felicitations to all of you on this occasion. As we celebrate Amrit Mahotsav, it is important to reflect, recall, and think about the contribution of countless Indians in our journey as a nation over the years. In a true sense, I think this Amrit Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India, who within themselves hold the power and the capacity and ability to take India to newer heights, fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Amrit Mahotsav in some ways is an embodiment of a progressive socio-cultural, political and economic initiatives. I will briefly want to speak about what the government is doing in a whole of government and whole of society approach to take us forward on a path of inclusive development. The government has taken a number of landmark decisions in the recent past. Mr. Raj Patel talked of some of them, so I'll confine myself to other areas. What we are trying to do is to ensure better social and financial inclusion for our people through schemes like Jan Dhan Yojana, direct beneficiary transfer scheme, e-Rupay portal, a transformational health assurance scheme covering 500 million people, a new education policy unveiled after 34 years to ensure that our education system is not only accessible and equitable for all, but is also geared to the demands of the society and the economy. The government has taken several steps to reduce regulatory burdens in several areas to improve ease of doing business as well as ease of living. We are leveraging technology for development, taking digital initiatives and spurring innovation. We are making India an active and trusted player in global supply chains, to name a few initiatives. Last year has admittedly been a difficult year on account of COVID-19. No part of the globe was left untouched. India was no exception to this trend. We went through the first wave and then an even more difficult second wave, but came through with the government, healthcare professionals, business and civil society working in tandem. The government took several measures to help mitigate the impact of the crisis for those who were worst affected by it. Moving forward, the government, of course, is trying to strike a fine balance with imperatives of public health requirements as well as putting the economy back on track of recovery. And it is in this context the steps that have been taken by government in recent years provide a robust platform for faster, sustained economic growth. Today, Indian Americans are excelling in almost every field. This, of course, you all know. But I would like to make a few observations. What is indeed most striking is how you all are breaking new grounds in other areas. I'll just pose a question. Do you know how many Indian American judges are there in Illinois? Or how many officers of Indian origin serve in the Chicago Police Department? Can somebody hazard a guess here? So we have close to 12 Indian American judges in Illinois. We have over 60 officers in the Chicago Police Department. The short point I was trying to make is that the community is making a mark in new areas such as law enforcement, media, sports. Over the past few months, I have met 2 kids who are playing state level competitive sports. My kid is from Michigan who is playing ice hockey. Another from Illinois who is barely 14 years have been signed up to represent Illinois for basketball. So, I think these are examples of how truly the community here is today assimilating themselves in the cultural fabric of this country. More Indian Americans are running for public offices. And then I must add that the Indian Americans were also prominently at the forefront in their response to the global COVID-19 crisis, both in terms of reaching out to local communities here as well as to fellow Indian citizens. Let me now turn to the India-US strategic partnership. It is wide-ranging, it is dynamic, and in fact it would not be an exaggeration to say that it touches almost every facet of human endeavor. You think of a field and you will find that India and USA are cooperating there. Of course, the Indian diaspora has played a very key role in contributing to growth of our relations. They are living bridge between our 2 great countries. So I do look forward to active engagement with you all to further deepen and expand this crucial partnership, as well as strive to ensure that our services to the community are rendered in expeditious and smooth manner. I am very confident and excited about the potential of your contribution and the trajectory that India-US relations will take in the coming months. I had earlier spoken about how the Indian-American community is excelling in diverse fields. This success was not achieved overnight. It has been in part a result of painstaking work and the foundation laid by the first generation of Indians who came to this country in the 70s and 80s. And I think it is in this context, it is important to recognize the efforts of the Federation of Indian Associations in ensuring the well-being and development of the Indian American community over the years. In some ways, they have paved the way for the current achievements of the Indian American community. I look forward to a continued engagement in the coming months, both to advance our relationship between India and USA and also in celebrating Amrit Mahotsavs. I wanted to thank you for your enthusiastic participation in the Rashtragan initiative. For those who are yet to join this rather unique crowdsourced celebration of our Independence Day, I will encourage you to do so. It is fairly simple to log on to the website and record your rendition of the national anthem. In conclusion, I will thank the organizers for this wonderful event. Jai Hind.
There's a time to come one more chief guest on the stage, and I would like to invite Harold D'Souza to share a few words. And what do I tell about him, He's an amazing person, and he was one of the victims of human trafficking, and he's working for the human trafficking across the globe for all countries, not only for India. And he's such a devotee that he puts up everything, whatever it takes, and he never holds himself back. If there's a purpose in a human trafficking, if somebody needs any help, maybe a male or a female, but he'll take a step forward and he'll be there. So over to you, Harold, and I would love you to introduce yourself first. You can share a couple of things and what have you done for our nation? You please share.
Thank you very much, Rajesh Patel. I am meeting Rajesh Patel after 22 years today for the first time. We met in Baroda. Thank you very much. But before I say something, I just want to tell everybody Jai Shri Krishna, Mera Bharat Mat, Vande Mataram. I am so deeply touched with every individual sitting here. I know there are a lot of people from Gujarat, I think from entire India.
Entire India is here.
Yeah, entire India is here. And I just want to share one thing, that Chicago shines like a rainbow in the sky and can be seen by the entire world. And this is not in words but in deeds. Even as a child when I was in Gujarat, I was in what was America, but I knew about Chicago. And today I can say that Chicago is shining like the 7 colors. That is, its Chicago delegates, each one of you who are sitting here are pretty cool, caring, compassionate, courageous, creative, charitable Chicago communities. So once again, fantastic job, every one of you who are sitting here for this event. And I think Raj of FIA, Federation for Indian Association, what you have done is really amazing. I will not talk much on freedom. I mean, when I say that, because freedom is very important for each and every individual who is born on this planet. Whether you are an Indian, you are an American, you are from Mexico, it means a lot, like humanity. And at the United Nations, the Article 4 is all about on humanity. I'm not trying to say anything, but I want to share that there are a lot of Indians in Chicago who are a victim of labor trafficking and who do not have any freedom. I'm working with a lot of victims here, not only in Chicago but all over the US. And that is what we all individually today have to take an oath or pledge that when we go out from today, number one, we love our family first, and number two, that whatever we do, whenever we go to a restaurant, gas station, convenience stores, motels, we ensure that not only Indians, whether they are Mexicans, that they have freedom. And freedom is very important. Freedom of choice, freedom of has been given by God by birth. I am a victim of labor trafficking and debt bondage in the United States of America. It took me 133 months in the US to get my own freedom. But today, I just want to share just for 2 minutes, Jayesh, that I failed on 4 P's. I failed as a parent, I failed as a provider, I failed as a protector, and I failed as a person. When I say that, every time when I go, I was appointed by President Barack Obama. I was the first Indian to be appointed by President Barack Obama on December 15th. That is on 2015, on December 16th, on the United States of Human Trafficking at the White House. And that is where I met our Consulate General, and when I got reappointed by President Trump. But what I'm trying to share, that all long journeys start with a small step. Every survivor has a dream, every victim has a dream. We cannot bury them. And giving justice to these survivors are very important. I always tell 3 things, that I'm a common man, I'm a failure, and I'm a sinner. And just to give one tip of the iceberg of why I say I am a sinner, my perpetrator, my trafficker, slapped my 5-year-old son, a full-fledged slap when you hit a man in front of my own eyes. So every victim, every survivor, whether in case of labor trafficking or debt bondage, they go through a lot of traumas. And trauma has no expiration date. We think this happened 40 years back, or 50 years back, even as a child, it sticks to you. But what I'm trying to share is that today my purpose in life, I flip those 4 P's. Number 1, into passion, purpose, power, and prayers. So freedom is very important. What you all are doing, FIA, all the delegates here, I cannot take everyone's name. You all are doing a wonderful job. I know there is Dr. Saket, somewhere here sitting here. He's also helping on human trafficking in Chicago, and every one of you are helping that. I want you to join this mission as a personal goal. because this is very, very important and very, very crucial. So I have started an organization called Eyes Open International. It's a non-profit registered under 501c3, and the goal is to create prevention, education, protection and empowerment of victims, survivors, vulnerable populations and community members globally. I am planning to open branches in 50 countries because America is the destination and countries like Mexico, India, Nepal is the source. So I keep traveling to India and I tell people, please, तमें लोगों अमेरिका ना होता, आओ तो आओ P1, P2 वीजा पर, कम लीगली, आओ फॉरवर्ड पाछो जाओ, कोई तुमने कहे तुम लोग ग्रीन कार्ड थे जैसे नहीं खाए. You know, it's not easy. But I told them, don't pay the agent. People are paying $100,000 to the agent and they get stuck at the border. So this is what I'm doing. So in the end, I just like to end on one note, like, you know, what your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. So thank you very much. Jai Hind, Mera Bharat Maa, Vande Mataram. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Everybody, very happy Independence Day. 75th anniversary of India's Independence Day we are celebrating today together. There is so many good things have happened to us coming to America, and to make it that better and better through different association we gathered in 1980 to make Federation of Indian Association. At the same time also for our community at large in America, we did National Federation of Indian Association also. All this happens to us because of necessity, and we are always powerful to walk step front of it. We don't shy from it. Here, in short time of 50 years, we have made great history already for ourselves. And to continue that one, we need the knowledge about India. We need knowledge for our children to share with them about India. Today we heard a lot of great things have happened in India, but we are not taking full advantage of those things that happened in the past. In India, here we have taken full advantage, and look at the result. Reason why? Because we have stayed away from the corruption. Our biggest enemy in India is not our neighboring country, but our own corruption. Our own people will make each other in such a condition that they have to go and make the corruption. Therefore, this is a responsibility of our people, our government. If we can overcome that one, whatever we have talked and we say how great we are, we can save our greatness and we can be the better. My friend, I can stay here and can talk hours and hours. That's not the idea. We already have proved ourselves. We know enough what to do in our life. But once again, great request to all of you, please, please, tell our government in India, tell our people in India, stay away from the government, from the corruption. People goes to the temple, puts 10 rupees and tells God, please give me crore, please give me this lottery to be win. Why God will give you in $10, 1 crore back in the return? But if we have opportunity in India, we are doing that one, making them full. So please guys, with a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, we have to remove it. And if we don't do it, we will have no progress. We will have no security. We will have no economy. We have nothing to be proud of. Thank you very much, everybody. Wish you once again very, very happy Independence Day. And please come and join us on a Sunday for parade on Diwan Street at 11:30. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Shri Krishna.
Together, you are the bridge over which people can journey in their learning about India and journey in their learning about the United States. And through you, this relationship becomes stronger and both countries become stronger. Am I right about that? Yes. Not to mention this. The census will reveal. The census will reveal. You are the most prosperous, the best educated, and the fastest growing ethnic group of any in the country. And the best looking. And so let us celebrate that even at the same time that we celebrate India and its independence. Let us celebrate our community here and how we've come together to do great things and what the future holds for us. So with that, I just want to close with my favorite saying. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. I'm so blessed and honored to be with you here for just a few short minutes of your precious time as you celebrate India, as we celebrate Indian Americans, and as we celebrate you. God bless you. God bless America. Jai Hind.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor for Indian community. Let me say why. I know Raja Krishnamurti. When he said decade, it's more than a decade. So Raja, I want to correct. The Indian community has nothing but an honor and respect for you, especially this district, Shamburg area, and the community people has graciously supported him, and it is well-deserved support. And Raja sits into many committees for the US Congress. I think, Raja, on behalf of the entire community, we are proud of you because you kept your promise from your first speech, all the speeches, you have, whatever you have said, you have kept your promise, and I want everybody to join with me and thank him and applaud. Well deserved promise. He has delivered the promise. It's an honor. I would like Raja to introduce our Babubhai's son, the youngest mayor of Lincoln, and I want to introduce him to.
This is a special honor of mine. I hope you'll pay attention for one moment. You've been I want to just say how polite you are in listening, so thank you so much. Jaisal Patel and Babubhai Patel are very close friends to me, and to many of you. And Jaisal, believe it or not, is the mayor of Lincolnwood. And he started out as a trustee. I worked with him closely as a trustee, and then I endorsed him when he decided to run for mayor. I think I was maybe the first congressional endorsement.
The best.
And the best. And I think that Jaisal represents the very best of our community. Am I right about that?
Yes, you are, for sure.
And so Jaisal and the whole Patel family deserve our thanks. And we, in turn, are so honored that he is here as his first time as Mayor Jaisal Patel. So will you welcome him to the podium, please?
Please welcome Jaisal Patel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Raja. Thank you so much for introducing Jaisal.
Thank you very much, Congressman Krishnamurti. And Jesse Krishnamurti, we know that you have a short schedule tonight. You can absolutely go whenever you need to. But thank you so much for coming. We really are honored to have you here. And folks, just so that you know, there were a lot of numbers rattled off earlier today about what the Indian community has done in America. Right here is representing 20% of the Indian delegation in our United States Congress. 1% of our Congress is represented by the Indian community. That's a very small number when you think about the representation we have in the Fortune 500, the representation we have in the economy, the representation we have in our local communities. But in Washington, Raja is one of only 5. And so really people need to step up in the community, the very, very strong and successful people that have come over here in this first and second generation. You have to get that second and third generation to get involved in government, just as Raja has, just as I have, and so many of our colleagues have. And so really what I want to impart on this community is the wonderful things that this community has done in America, that the Indian people. America had a 150-year head start on its freedom and on its independence. Look at the way and how far the Indian community has traveled in just that short amount of time, and imagine what it can be done. It said here, imagine the world without it. Imagine what the world will have in another 50 years. And so I say to all of you, thank you, congratulations. This is a great day to celebrate. There will be more years to celebrate going forward. So thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to everybody for putting on this event.
Thank you to Dad.
What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Also, everybody should say happy birthday to my father, Babu.
Happy birthday.
We don't want to say the number of years right now. But thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jaisal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jaisal, what a wonderful message. And Rajesh Krishnamurthy, I have one message for you. Thank you. Thank you so much keeping the community first. But the saying in English, speed of an engine is speed of a train. So leadership team is very, very important. And I would love you to share some few words. I've learned a lot under your leadership. And I wish that everybody learns from you, right? So look forward to your few words. Thank you.
First of all, a great congratulations to FIA and its team for continuously serving Chicagoland area for over 40 years, since 1980. The founders, some of them are not here. Kanti S. Patel, Bhailal Patel, Babu Patel is here, of course. If you don't talk to him, founders, he get upset on me, and you know the reason. But anyway, it's a great honor to be amongst you. And yes, because of COVID situation, we booked a small hall. Usually, Mr. President Raj, you know that our events are at least 800 or more people in the banquet. But you did a wise thing that COVID numbers are going up. We booked a small hall, but yet please take precautions that you wear mask and try to not go so close. But that is one important thing. And the other thing I do want to bring to everybody's attention, there is another organization which is trying to use our name, collecting funds, which manipulating the FIA name into another FIA, which they could have named any other name, but not use the FIA name, because FIA name is a brand, which is the logo has been already belongs to FIA. Then we have NFIA, which controls all the FIA. Without the NFIA support, you cannot have an FIA. So we already have a judgment 10 years before somebody tried to start another FIA, but we went after them and they're not using that anymore. We don't want to threat them that we will do the same thing to them, but they should use the name in a wise way and not duplicate the same name. How do I feel that Hemant Patel has a business or an organization by XYZ name, and I also go in and open another organization with his name, manipulating one or two words here and there. Secretary of State, online you fill it, it will accept it, but it is shame for those people who are using a FIA name and collecting. This is our final warning to them, stay away from using. And we have our chairman NFIA here, he could say that they cannot do that. The founders, they all know that they cannot do it, but this is not the occasion I should speak about somebody else. They're also our Indian brothers and sisters, but please do not use the FIA name. This is my final warning. The next thing we'll see you in the court if that's what it's continued. Thank you so much for coming, okay? Thank you. So, don't want to take much time. Dinner time is there. One time just say Jai Hind with me. Jai Hind! Jai Hind! One more time. You did a good job. Jai Hind! Jai Hind! Thank you so much.
Let's pay attention and let's welcome some very special guests on the stage. We are fortunate to have the best of the best. Still, we still need to introduce you to some of the finest gentlemen that we have amongst us. The first one is Major Satish Sharma. Please put your hands together. He joined Indian Army in 1969 and has served for more than 2 decades. During the course of his service, he took part in the 1971 Indo-Pak War. He also served few tenures in insurgency-infested eastern and western states. FIA Chicago truly salutes his services. Mr. Satish Sharma.
Thank you, sir. We are very thankful to your services to our motherland. We really owe it. You sacrificed so much of your young life for us. We truly thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. मैं हेमंत भाई पटेल और आप सबसे ये कहना चाहूँगा कि इन्होंने जो भी कहा है बहुत ज़्यादा कह दिया, हमने तो सिर्फ अपनी ड्यूटी की। हेमंत भाई ने देश के बारे में, इंडिया के बारे में बहुत चीज़ें बतलाई कि क्या इंडिया कहाँ तक पहुँचा है। इन्होंने ये भी बतलाया कि इंडियन आर्मी वर्ल्ड में 2nd नंबर पर है। मगर भाई एक चीज़ बताना भूल गए कि इंडियन आर्मी ने वर्ल्ड में वो रिकॉर्ड कायम किया जो कि वर्ल्ड की कोई आर्मी अभी तक कायम नहीं कर सकी, और वो ये कि एक रात में सूरज ढलने से सूरज उगने तक 93,400 सम प्रिजनर ऑफ वॉर लिए एक रात में, और ये हुआ 71 की लड़ाई जिसमें मैंने भी हिस्सा लिया। और आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जो आपने हमें यहाँ किया। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, and please stay on the stage.
Next we have Major Dr. Rakesh Asthana, who served in the Remount Veterinary Corps of the Indian Army. Major Asthana served on the Pakistan and China borders and was also Chief Dog Trainer for training bomb, guard and mine detection dogs. Major Asthana comes from an Indian Army heritage where his grandfather and father both served as colonels. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you another wonderful gentleman here, sir. Thank you very much for your services. Mr. Asthana. Mr. Rakesh Asthana, ladies and gentlemen.
Here, look at one picture.
Excuse me.
Hello. Just hold it. Thank you.
Rakesh, you have a few words from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, whatever was said about me was, I did very little as compared to the other veterans on the stage. मगर मैं एक बार आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा, आज के बाद जब आप एक दूसरे से मिलें तो कहें जय हिंद, और जब अलग होने लगे तब भी कहें जय हिंद, क्योंकि जय हिंद इंडियन आर्मी का एक इंटीग्रल पार्ट है, जो कि जूनियर ऑफिसर सीनियर अफसर को जय हिंद सर बोलता है और सीनियर अफसर जूनियर अफसर को बोलता है जय हिंद वापस। तो जय हिंद का नारा आप लोग ज़रूर करें। Thank you very much for recognizing me today, FIA, and more strength and power to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asthana. Jai Hind. Next, we have another person who we are thanking from the bottom of our heart for his services. Please invite Major Jasbir Singh Sehgal. Sir, we are so fortunate to have you amongst us. Thank you for your services. Please say a few words, sir.
I am very grateful to the Federation of Communists and this, the people and the person who has invited us and given us so respect. I am very, very grateful to the Federation of India, FIA, and I really very, very grateful for the courtesy they have extended to good people. Rather, I would say that I never been over here, but this time I happen to be here, and I'm I have really enjoyed, and I'm very grateful for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And presenting the honor to Mr. Sehgal is our very own Shweta Bag from City of Aurora. Big round of applause for all these wonderful gentlemen here on the stage. And thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much. Kushi, why don't you join them?
Yeah, please.
Kushi Patel, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, everybody together. No, even I want, wait a minute. Raj, please.
Raj Patel ji, how can we forget you? Please come on. Please come in the center.
Come on. Okay, yeah.
And while we have these people on the stage, can we have Mr. P.K. Mishra on the stage, please?
Thank you.
Let's wait for Mr. Mishra to be in the picture as well.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay.
Mr. Mishra is from Consul General of India, Chicago office, ladies and gentlemen. Please join hands and welcome all these wonderful guests that we have today.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you, Mishra ji.
Okay, yes. Good, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to be here as chief guest for the FIA 75th Indian Independence Day celebrations. So, we all know it's the 75th Indian Independence Day, and we gotta make it a big one. So we'll start by thanking everyone part of the IBA Association. President Raj Patel, Executive Vice President Hemant Patel. We have our Treasurer and Master of Ceremony, Rajesh Patel. We have our Trustee and Project Coordinator, Kanpi and Patel, as well as all of the committee and board members of the FIA. So, being here, being able to be the chief guest, man, obviously there was a lot of preparation pre-hand, you know? And the leadership team that helped me out doing this told me about all of the voluntarily community hours and hardship that was put into making this event successful tonight. And so it's my pleasure. Anytime, call me back, Chicago, I'll be here. It's my pleasure to be chief guest of the FIA 75th Independence Day Awards in Chicago. Thank you very much.
So I would like Babubhai Patel to be on a stage, and in absence of Niranjan Bhai Shah, he is getting a lifetime award from Raj Patel on behalf of Niranjan Bhai Shah. So Raj Patel, can I have you on stage, please? Yeah. Excuse me, cameraman. Sorry. And Babu Bhai will speak in absence of Niranjan Bhai Shah for a few words.
On behalf of Niranjan Bhai, I am accepting from FIA and his president the award for Niranjan Bhai Shah, who have done so much for community. So gracefully he have done so many good things. He have put Chicago Indian community in a limelight, yes, but he have put all the way up to the White House, Congress, everywhere, Indian community in a limelight, and have made a great connection and great appreciation by Washington to our community. For this great man cannot make it today because his illness. I am receiving, and it is a great honor of mine to receive behalf of him the award which have been presented by FIA Association. Thank you.
Yes.
Lifetime
Thank you
Achievement
so much,
Award.
Babu Bhai. It's a lifetime leadership award.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now we request another wonderful community leader, humanitarian, and so many adjectives for this gentleman. I would like to call Dr. Mehboob Kapadia on stage. We all know what kind of work, how much work he has done recently. And Dr. Kapadia, I myself had the honor of writing so many press releases for you. So I have written after every vaccination camp, I had the honor of writing the press releases for you. Dr. Mehboob Kapadia, ladies and gentlemen.
Put your hands together, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Kapadia.
Excuse me, hello? May I please request 15 seconds, your attention please. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be proud. Among our community, we have a person, and I have a trivia question. Do you know how many immunization shots this man has served in last 6 months?
Any guesses?
Any guesses? Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, Heavy, I know Heavy can answer that question for sure.
How many
vaccinations? How many vaccines?
Dr. Zul Kapadia
have been administered?
And Mehboob Kapadia has administered in
Question A, who never administered any vaccine? Thank you.
How many has it made possible for all of us?
More than 100,000.
More than 100,000. Thank you, sir, for saving so many lives. We are so grateful for your service.
Let's hear from the devil's word, okay? Let's hear from devil's mouth. Doctor, please tell us how many vaccinations you brought.
Okay, Jai Hind, first of all.
Jai Hind.
I'm still an Indian passport holder, so I cannot be more Indian than anyone else. And I'm more American also, because this is the country which has provided me this opportunity. And I'm so thankful to everyone. I'm so thankful to the IDPH who have made this thing possible. Omaira, Dr. Campbell, Veronica, Mitzi, all of them, Dr. EZK. These are the people who you must recognize and understand. And these are the people who have done that. Let me tell you about the vaccine. I'll give it to my son, who is the CEO, and he's so young, but I'm so proud of him. My work is only 10%. This is the guy who's putting 17, 18 hours, not because he's my son, but he's put in 18 hours for the last 1 year, every single day. And that is what, and this is what the commitment for the young kids should be. And that's why I'm going to give it to him. So he'll tell you exactly how many shots and the testing is done.
Let's hear it from Zul Kapadia. Guys, please put your hands together.
Namaskar, Jai Hind. Thank you very much for having us here with you. From really the bottom of our heart, we are so happy to serve this community. It is not a small feat to bring this event together, especially after one long year of COVID. And what I love about this community, what I love about FIA, is they are about bringing communities together. And really, this is what it's about. It's so nice to see everyone's face. It's so nice to see us here together. And this is the type of work, and this is the type of stuff that really builds communities. Now, as you guys may know, that we've done some of the vaccinations for the state and city, and if the number matters, we've crossed and we've built the system that served over 500,000 people for vaccinations and over 1 million COVID tests. But there's still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of work to do. Across communities, not just here in Illinois, where we still have a long way to go, around the world and even in India, we know how much hardship we face with the Delta variant. As we continue to move forward in the pandemic, I want you all to remember that simple things like wearing a mask will protect children today. I want you to remember that the variants are going to keep changing. And I want you to remember that we all play a role together in making sure that we keep each other safe. So as we move forward, keep in mind all of these things. Keep working on community, because this is not something that we can lose. But also be smart when we come together and when we gather. And really, we should appreciate each other, because this is such a precious moment in history that we're all doing this together. So thank you very much for having us here. Jai Hind, and let's continue to build on the legacy of what FIA has started and do this for many generations to come.
That's very well said. Thank you, Zul. Thank you, Dr. Kapadia, so much.
I would like to request Dr. Kapadia to invite his guest on the dais, please.
Dr. Campbell, please. He is one of the directors. These are the people who made our vaccination drive possible. These are people who have worked tirelessly, have given us vaccines when nobody was even giving us. And so I want to recognize 5 of these individuals from IDPH. And I'm telling you, they have served the community selflessly, not the Indian community, Chinese, Ethiopian, Mexicans, any African American, any community you say, but they have never said no for the vaccination to us. And I'm so proud to invite Dr. Campbell, who's one of the director, Omaira, who is known to be a Mother Teresa of vaccine. I mean it when I say that. Mitzi, please come over on the stage. Please, you are one of the pioneers who started these events. We cannot forget you. And I want to also recognize Veronica Heroy, she is not here. Dr. Ezike, she is the national director and the IDPH director. And also one more person. Her name is Melissa Turley and Regina. These are all the people who have made things happen for our Indian community. More variants are coming, more vaccines are coming. Please be thankful to them, and they have also promised us to work to get some vaccines for our country, India. So much required. Please give them a round of applause, and they're going to facilitate them. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together. Dr. Mehboob Kapadia and Mr. Campbell from IDPH. Prism Health team and IDPH team.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Everyone here.
Can you wait for 2 minutes?
Sure.
To honor everybody?
Okay, sure.
That is Omaira, ladies and gentlemen, in that beautiful Indian attire. And Mitzi. And Mrs. Kapadia, Seema Kapadia.
No. We'll share. Me and my dad have done
$500,000 man.
Okay. I dedicate this shawl to our Prism team that made it all happen, and to all of you who will convince someone to get a shot in the next few weeks.
Look at everybody here. Mom, follow, I cannot see you. Yeah, move that one.
And 2 of our generals, I'll bring them on stage. Vishali, Emmy, please join us on stage.
Okay, yes, now I can get everybody. Perfect. One more. Mom, you're still hiding behind them. Yeah.
They're calling someone.
Or still more.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Happy year.
Okay, I got it,
So
yeah.
then we all can.
Yes, now I can see everybody perfect. One more is coming, okay.
My crime chapter.
Okay, then ready?
Okay, let him finish and I will do it.
Okay.